Follow the link in the video description to get the free pattern page with charts and all of the supplies that I use to make this gorgeous shawl. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make the easiest crochet shawl I know how to make with one ball of fingering weight yarn, a size 4 or G6 crochet hook, and if you watch the video till the end, I'm going to show you how to add these adorable charms to our edging. Let's get started. I'm going to be using this beautiful gradient yarn that's a #1 fingering weight yarn, and only one ball, and I'm going to be using a size G6 or 4mm crochet hook. And if you watch till the end, I'm going to be adding these beautiful beachy charms to the edging of my shawl. If you want to make this shawl in any weight yarn, not a problem. It's a top-down increasing triangle. This is the easiest crochet shawl I know how to teach you to make. Let's get started. Chain 5 and slip stitch to the 5th chain from your hook to form a ring. Like that. We're going to be working inside the hole of that ring now for our setup row. Setup row starts with a chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. Then we're going to work a double crochet in that ring. Double crochet is yarn over your hook, insert your hook in the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. That's a double crochet. Let's do that again. Chain 1, then work 3 more double crochets in that ring. Chain 3, 3 more double crochets in that ring. Chain 1 and 3 more double crochets in that ring. And this is what your work should look like at the end of the setup row. Row 1 begins with a chain 6, which counts as a double crochet chain 3. Turn your work. And now in that first chain 1 space, we're going to work 3 double crochets. Chain 1, and now in the next chain 3 space, we're going to work 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Chain 1. In the next chain 1 space, work 3 double crochets. Chain 3. Skip 2 stitches and work a double crochet in the last stitch. Keep in mind that last stitch was a chain 3 that counted as our first double crochet, so to work it as a double crochet, you crochet into the 3rd chain or the top chain of that chain 3. And this is what your work should look like at the end of row 1. Row 2 begins with a chain 6. Believe it or not, row 2 is all we're going to be repeating for the rest of the shawl. How amazing is that? This is a 1-row repeat. But I'm going to do it a couple of times so you can see the pattern because it does increase each row. So we did a chain 6, which counts as a double crochet chain 3. Turn our work and work 3 double crochets in this chain 3 space. chain 1, double crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 1, in the next chain 3 space, work 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, and double crochet in the last double crochet. Now if you remember, this row was a chain 6 that counted as a double crochet chain 3, so the first 3 chains were the double crochet, the next 3 chains were the chain 3. So to work our last double crochet, we're going to count up 1, 2, 3 and double crochet into that third chain of the chain 6 for the double crochet portion. And this is what your work should look like at the end of row 2. Row 3 begins with a chain 6, which counts as a double crochet chain 3. Turn your work. 3 double crochets in that first chain 3 space. Chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next chain 1 space. And then we're going to do that again. Chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. So we did that a total of 2 times. Chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next chain 1 space times 2. Chain 1, in the next chain 3 space, work 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Then chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next chain 1 space times 2. Chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next chain 3 space. Chain 3, and double crochet in the last double crochet, which is the third chain of the beginning chain 6. And this is what your work should look like at the end of row 3. Row 4 begins with a chain 6. Turn your work. 3 double crochets in the first chain 3 space. Chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next chain 1 space times 3. Chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet in the next chain 3 space. Chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. We'll do that 3 times. Chain 1, 3 double crochet in the last chain 3 space, chain 3, and double crochet in the 3rd chain of the beginning chain 6 to count as our last double crochet. And this is what your work should look like at the end of row 4. Notice that we're doing the same thing at the beginning, middle, and end of each row, and we're only increasing our chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next chain 1 space one more time on each side of the corner on every subsequent row. So you want to continue in this same pattern, 1 row repeat until your shawl is your desired length, and then at the end I will show you how to add these adorable charms to your edging. One of my favorite parts of doing a 1-ball shawl with gradient yarns is seeing all the color changes. I thought you might like to see some of my color changes along the way. Well, we've made it through all the color changes of this yarn, and we have 1 color left to go. So I fastened off, and now I'm ready to string my beads and charms onto the yarn. You'll want to count how many chain 3 spaces you have. There's 3, 1 at the beginning and end of each row and 1 in the center, and then how many 3 double crochet sections you have, because that's how many beads or charms or a combination of beads and charms you'll need in order to place a bead in each repeat of the edging. If you want to add them a little more sparingly, you can adjust your number as you like. Some of these beads have a fairly large hole, but I tried a yarn needle with varying sizes of eye and none of them worked, so I am going to be using a beading needle. I'll have a link for that on the free pattern page so you can find one if you don't already have one, but you will need a beading needle to get through all of the holes of these charms and beads. This is the order I decided I'm going to string my beads onto the yarn, but I think I'm going to skip the seashells. I'm afraid they might be a little too heavy and might not work with the yarn, so I'm going to skip them. So you want to thread your yarn onto your beading needle, and you want to be really gentle with this needle. It's very delicate. It is really easy to bend it. The good news about that is you can bend it back straight, but it's never going to go all the way back straight if it gets bent. The other thing that I want to point out is as I'm adding the beads, anything that's directional, I want to be consistent. So if I'm either going to choose to go from the head or the tail on the turtles, and I'm either going to decide if I'm doing face up or face down on the charms, and then just stay consistent throughout all of the threading of the beads. So I'm going to do head first on the turtles. And we'll do a star. See, I already bent my needle. It'll still work, but you know, and I can still smooth it out also. We'll do these face up. Okay, so I've got 1 set of my 7 beads, and I'm just going to continue until I have all of them threaded on. I realized about halfway through that I'm not going to have enough charms to keep my sequence proper throughout the whole project, so instead of putting a bead in every edging, I'm going to try to do it in every other and see how that looks. Before we get started though, I wanted to also point out that you really do have to try to use your patience when sliding the beads along the yarn, because in order to give yourself more yarn to crochet, you're going to have to slide the beads. Try not to slide more than 5 or 10 at a time. You could end up breaking your yarn if you try to slide too many of them at once. And we're going to be doing this an awful lot because in order to crochet we need yarn. And we've only threaded the beads onto the beginning of the yarn. So we'll be doing this sliding down every couple of stitches. Again, you know, if you can slide your beads and charms onto the yarn one at a time with a crochet hook, it's a lot easier, but it depends on the size of the hole in the bead, and it's all right. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be gorgeous. Okay, so we'll do the first edging repeat without a bead, and that way I can show you how to do it. We're going to slip stitch to join in our first chain 3 space, chain 3, double crochet in the same space, yarn over your hook, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, chain 3, double crochet in the top of that double crochet. We're doing a chain 3 picot with a chain 3 single crochet. You could either work into the first chain or in the top of the double crochet. Just be consistent whichever way you do it. Chain 3 and slip stitch in that same chain 3 space. So our repeat for the edging is going to be slip stitch, chain 3, double crochet, chain 3 picot, chain 3, slip stitch. We're going to work the first repeat in the chain 3 space, then the next repeat will work over the 3 double crochet sections. It'll be slip stitch into the first double crochet, chain 3, double crochet in the next double crochet. Then in the middle of the chain 3 picot, we're going to slide up our first bead. So it'll be chain 1, then we'll slide up our first bead, and then do a chain with that bead, and then our third chain, and then slip stitch or actually single crochet into the top of that last stitch, chain 3, and slip stitch in the next double crochet. Chain 1. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. And now we're going to need a little more yarn, so we're going to slide all of our beads down to give ourselves a few more inches of yarn. Okay, and like I said, we're going to do every other repeat with a charmer bead and every other repeat without. So it's chain 1, like I already did, slip stitch in the next double crochet, chain 3, double crochet in the next double crochet, chain 3. Shoot, see, I should have slid my beads down a little bit further. I might even just slide them down quite a bit. Let's go maybe 3 or 4. Well, let's do 3 feet. It'll give us a couple repeats between having to do this. See what I mean? You need a little patience to slide all this down. And be really gentle. Don't do more than 10 beads at a time so you don't break the yarn. Okay. So we're at the chain 3 picot, so we did the chain 3, single crochet to the top of the stitch, chain 3, and slip stitch in the next double crochet, chain 1. Next repeat, slip stitch in the next double crochet, chain 3, double crochet in the next double crochet, chain 1, then we'll slide up our next stitch, chain 2, chain 3, single crochet in the top of the last stitch, chain 3, and slip stitch in the next double crochet, chain 1. And there we go. I think it's going to be fine to have a bead in every other repeat, especially since I've added a picot into the stitch pattern. I think it's going to replicate the bead nicely so that we'll have a bead or a charm and then a picot in every other. So we're going to continue this way all the way across. Follow the link in the video description to get the free pattern page with charts and all of the supplies that I use to make this gorgeous shawl. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you in the next video.